Do you smell smoke? Do you see fire? If you do, you might have to call Rescue Bots Age of the Prime's Heatwave. Yes, Heatwave. He's going to be our focus this time around in the latest GotBot True review. Hey one, hey all, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share, of course subscribe, and while you're at it, light 'em up, baby. Hit that notification bell, please. Helps me out a ton, let you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links. All of that is in the description down below. Also in the description down below, and if you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link, check us out on Patreon, see what we have to offer to you through spring, or of course hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. And this is Heatwave. It did end up being a reuse with some slight changes. Slight remolding of the Legacy Bulkhead. How well did it translate to Heatwave? How about we head over to the table and take a closer look at this guy. And so today we kick off Wave 2 of the Age of the Primes, and we're starting with the Voyagers. Most notably, we are going to roll to the rescue with Heatwave. Really kind of surprised and happy that we got this guy. So he was teased a long time ago, and somebody on the live show once said it will definitely be a bulkhead remold, retool, reuse. And I said, man, you can't say that yet. And indeed, we didn't know, even if it kind of looked like it could be. I don't remember who that person was, but you know what? When I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And when he's right, he's right. And he was absolutely right. This is certainly a reuse of the bulkhead mold from Legacy that was also used for breakdown. As such, if you do want to see the transformation, the way he comes in package, going from robot to vehicle, then you can look back and see the steps for bulkhead. I've done that review late April of 2022. It is review number 969. If, however, you would prefer to see the transformation from vehicle back to robot, then you can also see that. I looked at that about a year ago, July of last year, and that was episode 1190. Also looked at Windsweeper in that because it was the Legacy United like 2-pack. That was like an Amazon thing or whatever. It was the Mayhem Attack Squadron. There you go. It was part of that. So there you go. I will make sure to put cards or something in for both of those if you do want to see the transformation. I'm not going to cover it here. I will talk about it. This is the box. Heatwave on the side. Heatwave on the front in both modes. The primes over here like we normally see. And Heatwave in both modes on the back. Inside the box, we got us some handy dandy instructions. They tell us kind of where to put the axe and the ladder and all of that stuff as well. Otherwise, it's just the bulkhead transformation. And here we have Heatwave next to Chase. I actually replaced the screw that was in Chase's torso that holds the arms in place because my arms, like, they just fell. There was zero friction. The left one is still pretty darn loose, like it takes next to nothing to make it fall. The right one is a lot more secure than it used to be. A lot of people like this mold. I gotta say, I'm pretty disappointed in it. I don't like the arms at all, and I don't like the limitation. Like, they can't even really T-pose. Anyway, he's okay looking though, and he certainly looks nice next to his big burly leader, that of course being Heatwave. I mean, come on, we at the very least, we should get a version of blades, and it's really, really warm here today. I can't even remember the other guy's name. Boulder. Gosh, why couldn't I remember his name? I mean, yeah, okay, high tide would be cool, salvage would be cool, you know, some of the other ones like that, but I think we at least deserve to have the core four, we'll say. Anyway, I could take Chase out of it, and we're going to focus on this lad right here. Let's begin, shall we, with the score for his look. Starting from the feet, working our way up. So the feet are dark gray here. Granted, the little indent on the top of the foot and probably down around the edge should be light gray. Going up the front of the shins, we do have silver there. We're missing some yellow detail that should be there. But the gray on the thighs, that's cool. The arms. We should have 2 silver highlights and 1 over there, which we have. The hands being silver should have, by rights, should have red on the back of them, and these 3 lights should be on the back of the hand, but I'm okay with it being up on the wrist. The elbow should be gray. I'm okay with the bicep also being gray. The shoulder should be red, but these tires should be down on the forearms, not up here. Still, with the mold, I think it's pretty acceptable. Then we get to the core of the torso. Would you believe that all the red is correct? The shape of this window is correct. The 2 lights up here, correct. The little bit of ladder over his back, correct. The silver detailing in the middle of the grill, correct. The only thing not correct is the side here and the side here. It'd be nice if they could like fold away or fold in or some such thing. And even those are indeed correct if you see him in fire engine mode. I would propose to you that by rights, these on the side here are supposed to become these pieces here. So you had certain limitations with the mold, but man, they did the best they could. I actually have to give credit where it's due here for the adaptation of this mold. I definitely know it's Heatwave. I'm going to give it an 8.75. Right? Maybe even, let's say a 9. Let's say a 9. With Bulkhead, with breakdown, we have a canopy that goes back here. Now we have a ladder that goes back here. You can also take his little translucent axe and his little translucent blaster and put them onto the ladder if you're so inclined. I'm actually going to take the whole ladder piece off for now. This is our stock boy. So with a 9 for the look, let's do the articulation next. The head goes left and right, little bit up, little bit down. The arms, they can go all the way around. We get elbow well over 90 degrees. We get wrist rotation. We get T-pose all the way up to the side. By the way, I find on my copy the shoulder and the elbow very tight. Very, very tight. Waist, right? Free-flowing waist. Leg up. Leg way back. I mean, T-pose all the way to the side, or splits, I mean, all the way to the side. Thigh swivel, we have a knee little over 90 degrees, we have ankle tilt, heel in, toe tilt, wrist rotation, if I didn't say it, everything I could want is there, 10. So we had an 8.75 and a 10. The guy's easily, I'd say at this point, about a 9.3 or something like that. Let's see what he looks like, though, in his alt mode. And we're not going to do the transformation, but I'm going to give you a score for it when we get there. Up to this point, it should look very familiar to you, I would think. Because it's, like I said, exactly like Bulkhead and Breakdown. Normally now, they would wrap their canopy around to sort of finish things off, but that's not what we're going to do. We actually have a couple of rectangular tabs around the back of the legs, and on our ladder we have a couple of rectangular slots that slot down over that. I don't find it to be the tightest fit. As for the axe and the blaster, again, I guess I'll point this out now. There's a little rectangular slot right there, and there's a little rectangular tab right there. So like that's how the blaster goes in on the side. You put the rectangular slot into the tab. Same thing with the axe. I know I didn't show him holding them, but it's just 5mm pegs. He can hold them fine. Let's see if I can get this down over here now, because I do find it to be a bit of a nuisance. And then we bring that down over, and boom, in the end here we have Heatwave in his fire engine mode. And you might say, man, that's a weird looking fire engine, and you know what, indeed it is. But to be fair, Heatwave on the show is a bit of a weird looking little fire engine. So the front, exactly like the show, 100% like the show actually, right down to these pieces out front. The positioning of the ladder, actually correct, although I don't think I quite got it on. I do find putting the ladder on to be a bit of a chore, I'm not gonna lie. It's like it doesn't quite want to fit or something. I don't know. I might have to fiddle with that a little bit more. But the ladder, it's angled the way it should be angled. The tires, okay, he should only have 4 tires. He has 6. The gas thing here, yeah, that should probably be replaced by like the thing that shows like gauges and stuff. But the only real difference is where all this gray is right here, that should be red. And I guess look like hoses, but like you could believe maybe hoses are in behind there. This is again something that's slightly limited because of the way the mold is, I think. And I understand why they use this gray, because I'm sure they wanted to put something else on the mold plate with the feet being that darker gray. But I think fans would be even happier if these pieces, the back of the legs that fold out to give you like these gas tanks and stuff, if the backs of the legs were actually red, I think he would have really captured the look of the character even better. The transformation is still pretty smooth and easy for the most part, kind of brilliant. I'm giving that a 10 as well. Heatwave's great. Other than him having the sides of where his ribs should be, like just left as the truck cab, that doesn't fold away or anything. It does bulk him up. But other than that, this guy's a fantastic entry as a rescue bot and into the Age of the Primes line. A 10 for the transformation. The articulation, that's a 10. A 9 for the look. Yeah, what's not to love? Heatwave is a win. And here we have Heatwave. So in terms of looks, I think they did the best they could to adapt this mold. Yeah, it'd be nice if these side pieces could fold in, but it's accurate to the way he should look in truck mode. If you look at this, you're definitely going to know it's Heatwave. A bit bulkier, sure, but I think it's a respectable reuse of the mold to get this guy to look about, you know, as accurate in the mainline as possible. In terms of being a fire engine, yeah, I get it. It looks pretty scaled down, we'll say. Like, you don't see a lot of hoses. It doesn't really look like a fire engine that you would expect to show up at a fire. But if you compare it to the simplified animation of rescue bots, it's actually fairly close to that, because that kind of has an oversized, simplified ladder as well. It does look great next to Chase, no doubt about it. In terms of transformation, if you like the bulkhead, you're going to like this. If you didn't like the bulkhead, you might not like this. In terms of articulation, no mold degradation. If anything, I find the shoulders and the biceps and the elbows to be even tighter than they were on bulkhead or breakdown for that matter. I like this. I think that it worked out really well. I wasn't sure what to expect when I found out we were going to get a Rescue Bots Heatwave, but I'm pleasantly surprised with the result in the end, especially since this is quite a fantastic mold. Let me know what you think about Rescue Bots Age of the Primes Heatwave. I appreciate you guys coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon, see what we have to offer to you through spring, or of course, hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. While you're at it, hit the subscribe button, stick around and have some fun with us here on the channel. And don't forget, not for a moment, man, not for a second, that you right there, you do make a difference in the world. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams on Thursday nights, at the stop motion premieres, or the old-fashioned way, right here, inside the videos.